and the herbs, because I don't know the herbs, right?
Wow. You know, I find it a little sad, you know, that we have, as a nation, we have come down to this, you know. I have read that when the Most High says don't say, but very early in the 1900s, long before you and I were born, Marcus Garvey and others sought to create a university for the purpose of teaching the world how to use herbs for medicine. Because during our enslaved experience, it was a herbalist or herbal medicine, the knowledge of herbal medicine, that actually saved us. Because you can imagine being whipped with some of those whip that and the cut and the... Yes, Charisma?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. You can imagine being beaten with those whips and the cuts that would, and sometimes they would tie metal at the end of the whips that would rip open the skin. And when the slave masters would look on the next day, the wounds would be sealed and healing. So they had to find out what is it, what knowledge is it that we have that was so great. Until our herbalists were sent all over the world to heal slave masters. And our knowledge was utilized to create universities and to create medicines. Marcus Garvey knew early that this knowledge of medicine was needed, and he recommended that we create a university. And one of our very most popular universities in Jamaica was created for that purpose. But of course, men went out of their mind, mental. They wanted to extract the medicine from the plant so that they could patent it and own it and make money from it. Now, this knowledge and gave them power, and they have recaptured with propaganda. They have captured the minds of the people, and so they use propaganda. They say the local herbalists don't prepare their things hygienically enough. Why should you trust them? They don't have a university degree. We can't prove that they know what they know. And so they have used propaganda to slaughter the gift and the knowledge of the natural people in terms of healing. Because God can use anything and anybody to heal, you know. He doesn't even really need the herbs, but he created the herbs for the healing. And so there was a time when I just became a Seventh-day Adventist, we usually say, if a healer doesn't know God, we don't want nothing to do with them, because we don't want them to invoke no evil spirit on us. But today we don't care. And so it doesn't matter who heals us or who we go to for help. Even if these persons are demonic people and all they want is your money, and they keep collecting your money over and over and over, you get no results, and you keep going back. You take your children back, and it kill your mother, it kill your father, and you're still going back as if you're out of your mind. And they say if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result, you have got to be a mad person. You're doing the same thing, the same way. You're gonna get the same results. You are going to end up dying as your mother died from diabetes, spending all her money buying all sorts of medication. You're gonna follow the same path. So if you're diabetic, you're taking the same medication that your mother took. Somehow you're going to be healed of the diabetes. It's never gonna happen. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to be committed month after month, spending all you earn, buying medication until it destroys you. They tell you,
you know what?
every one of those medications that you take destroys at least 5 different organs in your body. Yes, Charisma?
Yes, you know, when I started to realize that my doctor did not know what he was doing. All right. So I asked him, because I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. So I asked him, doctor, what caused high blood pressure? And he said, several things can cause it. He can't tell me one of the several things. So I went and I researched. And I found out that if you're lacking in magnesium, you could develop high blood pressure. So I said to him one day when I went back, I said, Doc, did you know that if you're low in magnesium or deficient in magnesium, you can develop high blood pressure? He said he didn't know that. I mean, if I am deficient in magnesium, why not prescribe magnesium for me first before you put me on the pressure tablets?
My sister.
Or let me do some tests to find out. Also, he told me I can eat anything. You can eat anything you want to eat. Just take your pressure pills. And I thought about the doctor that told me that I could eat everything. I took him there and he said it's not asthma. So I said, what is it? Because he was diagnosed with asthma. So I said, what is it, doc? He said he has an infection in one of his lungs. And he gave me some medication. And he sent me home. All right. I noticed that he was not getting any better. He was still throwing up. So I said to my husband, take me to the hospital. Shut up. He didn't want to go to the hospital. So he said, all right, let's take him to the 24-hour doctor, because there's a 24-hour doctor in South. So we took him there, and the doctor was upset. And he said to me, which doctor sent you home? And I told him, and he said, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. And he said, your child has severe pneumonia. From listening to him, he has severe pneumonia. So I said, what could cause that? And he said he's not sure. It's possible COVID. But he said to me, take him to the hospital right away. And he said, not every doctor know what they're doing.
Hallelujah!
And he's an elderly man. And he was very upset. And when I took him there, and they checked his vitals, they put him on the machine. They said as soon as he went on the machine a couple times, and then they couldn't give him the medication orally. They had to put it in his veins. They had to inject him because he wasn't keeping anything down. And my child, he passed out. He passed out in the room. 2 pediatricians, when they found out, they came and they looked for him because they heard about it. Because, you know, it was like, we went in the A&E, and then he was at the respirator. There's a respiratory room in SAB where, like, persons with breathing issues, that's where they go. And they have the machines. And they came in and they